Let me just start off with this video. It was really hard to make. And this is the toughest project I've done in a long time. But I tried, and here's that experience. Hey! So the last time we were here, I was installing the kill mat. That was 3 long, grueling days off and on installing. Tell you what, I'm happy to be done with that phase. The next phase I'm about to conquer is going to be installing my floor. Yeah. Okay, so the thing about the floor is it's not one easy step, right? It's a multi-step process. So to start, I will be making a template out of cardboard, laying my framing for the floor, and getting that hopefully liquid glued tonight. That would be the most ideal thing. It is currently 7:15. The sun has gone down enough for me to be able to focus and work. So let's get started. Let's get started. Unfortunately, this section has got to go. Oops. I've got my few things to make this hopefully a little easier. Okay. This isn't quite big enough, so I'll do what I can. I'll try that. Let's see how this goes. Close enough. We will prevail. So that did not work. You idiot sandwich.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Idiot sandwich what?
An idiot sandwich, Chef Ramsay.
As much as I want this to go quickly, I don't think that's gonna be the case. But that's okay. I need to find, without breaking the cardboard, find the track. You know, will I call that the best cut in the world? No. Does it go up and down? Yes. I'll be honest with you, I'm hitting the point in the build where I'm getting a little not motivated. I'm spending all my money. I'm working all these hours. And I just want to go to the mountains. I'll be honest with you. Ugh. Yuck. If I get the templates done by tonight, I will be surprised. Also, anytime I do a project, I always start with the hardest part first. And I'm talking to myself now, so I have motivation. This will probably be the hardest part, cutting out the tracks. You can do this. I think we're gonna go in time-lapse mode, and I'm just gonna play some music and give me a little bit of motivation. And if it makes you feel any better, it's only 90. And it's currently reading 102 in the van. I just paused because my mother-in-law, who has her own YouTube channel, just came with one of the recipes she's working on, guava horchata. It's my favorite. She just gave me 3 different horchata flavors. This one. If it's up by the time I post this, I'll link it for her. But yeah, go support my mother-in-law. So in theory, what should be happening is my first piece of wood will land me to right about here. But I'm going to template the whole van with what I have. 4 feet. It's at this point where I think something is going to be really easy and I'm just getting super mentally and physically fatigued. I've been going at this project for many, many, many months and I'm tired. So Present Betsy needs a pick-me-up. And that's something I will often do in my real day-to-day life, is talk myself through something.
So here's a little bit of that.
This is a lot of work, but I'm really grateful to be in this situation where I could be building out my own van and I can simultaneously be filming it with an awesome camera and simultaneously be living in a neighborhood that it is safe enough to do such a thing. Grateful, grateful, grateful. It's been a crazy last couple of years, so we are long overdue.
And that's on gratitude.
It's the next day. Did I wake up bright and early? No. Did I reposition my van so I can work in the shade today? Yes!
Here I go, being hyper independent, not waiting for any help, and potentially destroying all of my work. For some deranged reason, I decided to move on to the framing instead of just immediately cut out the plywood flooring.
Well, that's nice, right? Okay, that's nice. Let's come on to this side. Oh, she's crooked. She's bowing. Okay, so I took a second, and I don't know if it's necessarily bowing, but if I cut these little doodads right here, I think I should be good. It's a little bigger of a cut than I thought it was going to be, but okay. Great craftsmanship, I know. And then if I have to cut and warp that, then I will. But hopefully liquid nail will potentially do the job. So I'm gonna do that again. That's nice. That's nice. I feel like I should prioritize this back little piece, a piece on the edge, so that way I'm getting the straight pieces where I need them. How long is this?
It's kind of embarrassing. I'm literally relearning how to use tools. Look at the way I'm using that tape measure. Jesus Christ.
63 inches. Hey now. Okay. There's like this little, there's this little lip that's keeping it from being able to sit flush. This is my solution. Instead of sitting flush with this portion and sitting on this ledge, I have backed it up to be right up about as close as I can get to these. And I will have my plywood hang over just a little bit and have like a nice edge. That'll work. Yeah. Bring it all the way to the end. Oh my God, okay, big boy. Down, keep it straight, keep going. There we go, and butt it up against the end. So the right answer seems to be maybe to start with the wheel wells. Is that the right answer?
I did in fact not start with the wheel wells. Something I'm learning about myself through this project is that I go into frantic mode when I'm trying to figure something out, especially when I've never done something like this before. Going forward, I am taking it a little bit easier. I'm doing the parts that I know for sure, and I'm working around the difficult parts, step by step. I'm also learning that this project is going to take so much time. Good things do take time, and I'm learning to accept that.
Hi, so I'm back. I had a little bit of a meltdown. It's like 5 hours later. I took a shower, I ate dinner, I hung out with my family. My brain became noodle soup. My brain was literally noodle soup. So I was not able to function. After I got out of the shower, I realized what my issue was. And it was a pretty basic issue. I'm just a dum-dum.
You do dum-dum, you give me gum-gum.
So we're gonna try this again.
Good morning. It is day 3 out of hopefully 4 of installing my floors. Unfortunately, it might be a 5th day. Where we left off last is I screwed in my vertical beams into my front horizontal beam. Since then, I have laid liquid nail underneath those pieces with some weights on top. Let's discover together if it has held. Oh, that's surprising. Just walking over to see if it held. Oh my God. Praises. Hallelujah. It has stayed. Now that that is in place, my plan is to measure all my horizontal beams and get those out of the way, and then measure the last couple vertical beams. It's Saturday morning. Everyone in my house is sleeping, so let's wake them up with a saw. I don't want to think about how much work I have ahead of me, because that's going to get me all worked up, so.
This is where we're at. We've got all our horizontal beams for my left section. Now I just need to go through and do the 3 pillars. 1, 2, 3. 3 pillars on the right. 1, 2, 3. 3 pillars on the right. And then finesse this whole section, and that whole section, and that whole section.
If I'm being honest, this is where I should have stopped. I don't know what I was thinking. My template was falling apart, and I just pushed through, thinking the cuts would be fine. The entire template had shifted. And if I'm bringing more transparency to the table, I'm pretty sure my template sat hanging up against a wall for 1 to 2 weeks.
Okay, let's have a chat. It is now a week later. I had to return to work, and I was rushing to get the plywood floors put in. One thing that I had just learned is that if you are working with wood, there is no rushing. Some of my cuts are a little wonky on this back piece. I'm still debating on how I want to navigate that space and correct it. But at the moment, I need a break from wood, and I need an easy-ish project to get me back into the swing of things. So today, I'm going to be installing the insulation. Is it the right order? Sure. Am I hoping this will be an easier project? Absolutely. All I can do is take this whole thing one step at a time. And right now the plywood is not happening for me. I got really frustrated and I even kicked something. So when your anger gets the best of you like that, you should probably take a break. That's fine. Oh, okay. Not horrendous.
Would you look at that? Perfection. This was such an easy project. I finished off with some foil tape to seal all the nooks and crannies or inconsistent cuts. But from there, I really was exhausted. Any task past difficulty 4, I wasn't going to be able to do. Enter my husband to the group chat, who's coming in calm, precise, and ready to work. Having my husband step in to help was such a beautiful thing. I was able to turn off my brain and I was able to enjoy some downtime with my kid. I was able to assist. I was able to still work on the van, but have somebody else be in the driver's seat. Building a van while also working, while also taking care of my son day to day, I'm exhausted. I need a break. And I was willing to admit that I was done. I needed a break. He started by creating a very meticulous template, cutting everything out, starting in the front, not starting with the tedious back of the vehicle.
We're doing the best we can. We're not van builders.
So just as I am, my husband is as well. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to get done. And it's done. It's every little nook and cranny isn't exact, but I think per the close-up,
Everything that's important is done well. Like the edge, the length is straight. There's no weird crooked edges. It's just not perfectly to the very, very edge in some areas.
And now he's going to finesse this third piece and get it in there, and then I will paint or seal everything up, and then tomorrow or even later tonight, hopefully we can get everything into the furring strips.
Drill it in.
Yeah.
Would you look at that? Would you just look at it?
We just gotta do. Yeah, so once we do that,
Some of you may be asking why we've done it this way. It's simply because I f***ed up the first cut and we didn't want to buy another piece of wood. So we used what we had, and my furring strips on the floor were designed for the cut that I had. So things are a little wonky, but we're making it work.
looks fine.
Yeah, it's 3 parts, not sitting flush, so
Once we screw them in, they will.
leaves for a little bit of curiosity. Roof rack's on. Floors will be done today. Having a second set of hands who's willing to work makes such the difference. I thought I heard you cut. The one thing about woodworking that I like doing, I don't like doing all the measurements. I just like zzz, zzz.